Hi, I'm Allan Stейн, strength and conditioning coach, and thank you for purchasing this video from Championship Productions. Today I'm going to share with you some drills and exercises, but more importantly some concepts on how you can implement a productive ACL injury prevention program. The majority of your training program for your female athletes is no different than training males. You want to use the same methodology, same coaching points, require the same effort, and use the same overall guidelines. Some of these guidelines include safety. You want your athletes to use perfect exercise technique and form prior to utilizing additional resistance when strength training. You want to make sure they use proper footwork and stay in a low, athletic stance when doing plyometric and agility drills. You want to make sure they perform every strength training movement in a slow, controlled, and deliberate fashion with special emphasis focused on the eccentric or the negative phase of each lift. And you want to make sure they work within an appropriate repetition range, which is usually 8 to 20 reps per set for most athletes when they're strength training, and use an appropriate volume of drills when doing plyometrics and agility drills. You also want to make sure your program is time efficient. Use a limited number of sets and exercises each workout. You want to promote brief yet intense workouts. Focus should be on beating a previous effort. And you want to use appropriate rest intervals specific to the sport you're training for. The last of our guidelines is you want to make sure it's productive. You want them to strength train their entire body equally, including all of the major muscle groups, to ensure muscle balance. But with ACL prevention, we'll put most of our focus on the ankle, knee, and hip. You want your athletes to strength train at a high level of intensity. Take each exercise as close to muscular fatigue as possible. You want to utilize a predetermined method of progression and focus on beating a previous effort every workout. You want to make sure your athletes perform all quickness, agility, and conditioning drills at game speed on game-specific surfaces. And lastly, you want to elicit toughness and competitiveness whenever possible. Studies have shown that females are 4 to 8 times more likely to tear their ACL than their male counterparts. And the highest rate of incidence occurs with young ladies 15 to 25 years of age that play sports that require quick change of direction, pivoting, and jumping. Surprisingly, nearly 70% of all ACL injuries are non-contact injuries, meaning there's not even another athlete involved in the play. The anterior cruciate ligament, commonly known as the ACL, is located inside the knee joint, and its primary function is to stabilize the knee by preventing your tibia or your shin bone from sliding forward beneath your femur, your thigh bone. A hard twist or excessive pressure is what causes a tear in the ACL. In order to develop a sound ACL injury prevention program, it's important to understand why females are more likely to suffer the injury. Many factors have been proposed, including increased laxity during phases of the menstrual cycle, a wider pelvis and larger Q angle, greater hip varus, knee valgus, and foot pronation. Obviously, these are structural and genetic differences that can't be addressed through training. However, there are things that can be addressed. These include smaller hamstring to quadriceps strength ratio, poor recruitment of the hamstrings during landing, inappropriate jumping mechanics, and weak hip abductors. One of the keys to a successful ACL injury prevention program is teaching proper landing, jumping, and starting and stopping mechanics. When an athlete lands, they need to land in an athletic position. Common coaching points will be chest over knees over feet. They also want to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed amongst the entire foot. And you want to promote a quiet or soft landing. A quality program should also address enhancing balance, body and joint awareness, movement technique, muscle strength, especially in the hamstrings. Recent evidence demonstrates that most of these injuries are non-contact and do not involve a collision with another player. There are 2 main non-contact mechanisms that have been identified: planting and cutting, and straight knee landing. A non-contact injury will often occur with jumping or landing from a jump. What are the symptoms of a torn ACL? Typically, the knee gives out and the athlete hears a pop and collapses in agony. Most athletes with an ACL tear cannot resume play and must be helped off the field or court. The knee usually swells very quickly. At the emergency room, x-rays will be taken, which usually come back normal with swelling on the knee. The diagnosis is typically a knee sprain, and the athlete is placed in a knee brace and instructed to follow up with a sports medicine specialist in the next few days. Prior to beginning any workout, practice, or game, it's very important your players participate in a structured warm-up. The goal of the warm-up is to raise the body's core temperature a couple of degrees, have them break a light sweat. That will make the muscles more elastic and ready for exercise. All right, prior to our workout, we got to make sure we get a good warm-up in. We're going to start with our up the alley. You guys are going to do a nice easy step slide till you get to the lane. You'll jog at 50% to the end of the court. You'll step slide to the corner, and you'll backpedal all the way back. Let's make 2 of these rectangles each. Ready? Go. Just nice and easy, 50%. We're just getting loose. Just want to get you to break a sweat. Going through different movement patterns, loosen up the hips and groin. There you go. And then back pedal. You just don't trip over anything when you get back, Nikki. And second time, we'll pick it up a little bit. We'll be about 75% now. Pick it up a little bit. Ready, go. Excellent. And now, Nikki, you're going to sprint to that corner and backpedal all the way back. Christy, you're gonna sprint to that corner, backpedal back. We'll make 2 full X's. Ready? You go first, go. Just sprint to that corner, and then backpedal to where Christy is. Christy, go. And then you'll backpedal to where Nikki was. There you go. And when you get there, you're going around again, Nick. Excellent work. Once your players are warmed up, it's time to move to dynamic flexibility, which is the ideal way to prepare your athletes for competition. The day and age of having your players sit on their backside and stretch is over. That's very mentally and physically disengaging. Now that we've got a little sweat, we'll go to our dynamic flexibility. We're gonna walk in this direction. You're gonna hug a knee to your chest and then pull a heel to your backside without letting it come down. Knee to chest, heel to backside. We'll go to mid-court. Ready? Go. Hug it in as tight as you can. Loosen up the muscles of the glutes and hips. Excellent. Hug it in nice and tight. There you go. Good. So you're going to do a Frankenstein march and then come down to a nice low pointer. Your toe is always pointed up towards your nose, kicking up to the opposite hand. Get a good pause to the cause of the bottom. Don't bounce. Ready, go. Kicking up to the opposite and then bringing it straight down. Toes pointed straight up. Christy, there you go. Point toe up, toe up. So when you come down for those pointers, point that toe up. There you go. Now you're good. Reach with the opposite hand. So there you go. Good. Keep walking it out. Excellent. Doing fine. Doing fine. Both you guys are good. Keep it up. Now we want to make sure we loosen up the muscles of the hip flexors and groins. So we're going to lunge to the left, lunge back to the right, Then try and keep legs straight, palms on the ground. Then you can skip through. Be careful, the floor is a little slick. Lunge left, lunge right, legs straight, palms on the ground. Working your way in this direction. Lunge left, lunge right, there you go, then palm straight, there you go, and then skip through. Excellent. Get a good groin stretch. Really important, we loosen up all the major muscle groups of the lower body and core. Nice. Get one more. Coming back for our glute stretch, you'll grab under your knee and under your ankle and twist up. Make sure you put one hand to support the knee, one hand to support the ankle. Try and keep your body upright. Ready? Go. Good. Get a good twist. Loosen up the muscle of the glutes and hips. There you go. Now we'll come back with our eagle. We'll get down in a low catcher stance. Take your elbows, push out on your knees to stretch your groin, and then you can just flip it. So get low catcher stance, press out on your knees, and flip. Just walking back and forth. There you go. Really press out on those knees with those elbows. Stretch that groin. And last one, we'll also loosen up the muscles of the core. We'll keep our ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders facing forward. Take a big lunge step. If you step with the left, I want you to twist and face 180 degrees to the left. And then step with the right, twist to the right. Ready? Go. Last one. Big step, turn, there you go. Loosen up that midsection. As kind of an extension to our warm-up now, we're going to go through some different plyometric jumping exercises, but my main concern is your landing. You're going to take a step forward with your left, jump at about 50 to 60%, and a nice soft landing. When I say soft landing, I want chest over knees over feet. I want you to pay close attention to not letting your knees come together and making the weight distributed all over your entire foot. So we'll take one step, explode, nice soft landing. Use your bodies as shock absorbers. We'll take about 3 each. So step forward one side. Nice easy landing, there you go. Focus on the landing. Chest over knees over feet. Weight distributed amongst your whole foot. Don't let your knees come in. Keep going. Let's get another one. And let's turn around and bring it back. Same thing coming back. As you get loose, you can jump higher. There you go, explode up, explode up. Perfect. Now we can come up here. We're gonna do something very similar. I want you to have chest, you guys scoot up here. Ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders facing forward. I want you to keep your torso upright, and I want you to come down low enough that you can almost touch the outside of your ankles. And we're gonna do the same thing. I want you to vertically jump as high as you can, but the main concern is, again, the landing. I'm not worried about the jumping as much as the landing. So I want you to explode up, keep your core tight, chest up, hands down by your ankles, explode up as high as you can, land nice and softly. Chest over, knees over feet. Whenever you're ready, don't let your knees bow in. Let's get about 5 jumps each. Explode up. Now I really want you to explode now. You should be warm. Explode up. There you go. Look up, there you go. Explode up. Use your body as a shock absorber. Don't land straight leg. That's the habit we want to get rid of. Explode up. Nice soft landing. Land in a good. Let your body be the shock. There you go, good. Let's get two more. High as you can. And rest. We're gonna do the same thing now, except we're gonna add a knee tuck. So you're gonna be in this same position, you'll explode up, tuck the knees, and again, I'm working on that landing. Chest over knees over feet. We wanna keep saying that over and over to ourselves. Repetition. Quiet landing, even it out over your feet whenever you're ready. Tuck the knees up, there you go. Easy on the landing. Soft landing. Don't let the knees bow. Now, in addition to just jumping up, we want to make sure that we have some explosion moving laterally. So we're going to face ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders facing in this direction. We're going to bound off the right foot and land 1-2. Again, our end result is the same. Chest over knees over feet. We're going to bound, land 1-2. Nice and easy. Floor's a little bit slick. Land 1-2. Nice, easy, soft landing. As you get loose, you'll jump further each time. Let's take this all the way to mid-court. Whenever you're ready. Yep. Nice, easy landing. You're not gonna, you'll land 1-2, but get both feet. I don't want you to land with your feet together. There you go, good athletic stance. There you go, that's better. Each time work from a good athletic stance. Now that we've worked the right leg, we have to work the left leg. Same thing coming back. Remember, when you come in, I don't want your feet together. I want you to explode out, land in a good athletic stance. Bound, good athletic stance. There you go. Quiet landing, there you go. Evenly distribute that weight over your whole foot. Not letting the knees come in, good. And we can do the same drill going back and forth. So this time, you're gonna bound to the left, bound to the right. Just be careful, I know it's slick. See if you can get 4 of those in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and then right back, yep. Perfect. And relax for a second, we'll do that one more time. Try and cover just a little bit more ground. Just push just a little bit harder. You guys are doing great. All right, let's get 4 of them. Explode out. There you go, good. Good balance. And perfect. Now we're gonna do our different angled runs. You guys are gonna sprint at full speed directly to the middle of the court, plant with the outside foot, and sprint directly to the right corner at about a 45-degree angle. When the person in front of you gets to mid-court, the next person can go. So Christy, why don't you go first? Hard cut, yep. And then just nice and easy, there you go. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Now we'll do the same thing, but we'll make a 90-degree cut. And on your cut, you want to plant perpendicular to the direction that you're going. So you're going to sprint, plant. So your foot will be facing this direction to come here. Then you can peel off and jog nice and easy. We'll come back to where you started, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side, whenever you're ready. Plant. That's it. I don't want you to lunge at it. There you go, good. Same thing coming back. Go to the right or left. Excellent. And last one now, we'll plant. You want to plant perpendicular to the direction we're going, so your foot will actually be at a diagonal. Plant coming back to this corner right here, 135-degree cut. Ready? Go. Plant. Yep, that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And same thing going to the left. And relax. All right, now we're gonna work on some different pattern agilities. On this pattern here, we've just got 3 cones. We're gonna sprint. And as always, I want you to stay nice and low. Focus on being a good athletic stance. Make sure that you plant perpendicular where you're going. We'll sprint, sprint, back pedal. You'll go around the triangle twice, and then the next person will go. Sprint, sprint, back pedal, go around twice. Keep your feet underneath you. Again, the floor is a little bit slippery. Whenever you're ready, you're up. Stay nice and low. There you go. Go around the cones. There you go. Go around them. Sprint again. Hard. Stay nice and low. Good. Anchor those hips down. Excellent. And you're up. Each will go twice. So you're up one more time. Excellent. And now just to mix it up, we'll back pedal. I want you to start here. We'll back pedal, sprint, and then I want you to turn and open up to slide. So when you slide, you'll face inside the triangle. Back pedal, sprint, slide, go around twice. Ready, go. Back pedal, sprint, stay nice and low, turn and slide. There we go. Back pedal, sprint, turn and slide. There you go, and you're up. We'll go through twice. Focus on staying nice and low. Good habits. We gotta have good habits. Work on that arm drive. There you go. I'll coach you through it. Back pedal, sprint. There you go. We want to have quick transition amongst our movements. There you go. And next one. There you go. Back pedal. Don't stop. And relax. All right, now all will be done. We've added a 4th cone, so now we've got a whole different variety of patterns. You're gonna sprint the diagonal and back pedal back, sprint the diagonal, back pedal back. Make 2 big